Okay, before I really get into this, I need to thank Crofty first from the character Discord, the Geralt Discord, for even just pointing this out to me, because I totally did not realize that the game has a priority system, right? And it's pretty important, it seems like. So where is it? Where is it? Yeah, so it says here move levels, right? Which, as far as I understand, it's basically like a typical fighting game, like like you would have in Street Fighter or Killer Instinct. So there's light attacks, medium attacks, and strong attacks. Now, what's shitty about this is that nowhere is it listed what any of the moves are. It says if they're a high, a mid, or a low. You get that information, but you're left guessing whether or not they're light, medium, heavy. But it is pretty important because, like, if you trade in certain scenarios, and if your move is of a stronger strength than the other one, either you will just beat it outright, if the difference is very big, or if the difference is not very big, which is almost what you want, you can get a free launcher off of it. So hold on, let me change the settings to the way I want them to. So okay, if I'm going to hit the other Geralt with B, my frame advantage is going to be 0. So if I then do A and he's going to do A, we're going to trade. That's what that looks like. Now if I do B into another B, so if I hit with B, I'm +2, right? And I hit my B into his A, the animation is totally different. Look at this. Hold on, I messed it up. Am I looking at the frames wrong? Oh yeah, it's BB into B, my mistake. You see how he reeled back? So my character is kept standing, completely standing, right? Whereas he sort of reels back a bit. It looks very similar to a GI animation. You see that? And that's actually a free window for you to do whatever you want. He cannot re-GI you, he cannot block, he cannot do anything. Now, sadly I cannot really show that without recording, so let me do that first. Record 2 slots. Let's hope I didn't leave any frame gaps in there. I'm trying to block that launcher, and it does not work. Because whenever you see this animation in a trade, that means you have some mad frame advantage. I have no idea how much. I'm willing to bet it's over 20. At the very least. It's at least 20. So look at this again. That's the animation. I'm holding block the entire time, and the input gets eaten, right? Now, there are some pretty good applications for that, because in the case of Geralt, right, he has a couple of mix-ups in certain situations, but in a lot of those situations, he's actually only +2. So if you're trying to get like a grab, which is 18 frames, that's not real. They can mash out of that. If you're trying to get a 1K, that's like 16, might be 18 as well. So that's also not real. So these are all situations where the enemy can either A or 2A out of your pressure, right? But if you check them with just a single B, you can get a free launcher if they play into that. So, and I tested, this is a universal thing, right? But it's very good for Geralt specifically, because both his AA and his BB, excuse me, they both put him at +2, and there's not a whole lot of pushback. Hold on, that was 3 hits. See, he's actually still in range to continue hitting, whereas I tried with Mitsurugi, and he can do pretty much the same thing, but his strings pushes back further, so he only gets to do this at the wall, whereas Geralt gets to do this all the time. There's some other strings that Geralt has, like that will put you at +2. What else was there? I think this puts you at +2. But you know, it's got a lot of pushback, but depending on the matchup, you can still get it. See? Then you get your launcher into whatever the hell you want. Yeah, really, and you know, there are a couple of I-10 characters, so they're faster than the regular 12 frame jab, but then you still have options, because I believe that is +2. I may be mistaken. Well, I can check. Yeah, that was a counter, but I did the wrong move. Yeah, that makes sense. It's +4, which means I'm counter hitting him. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're at +2 and you use a B, as long as it's an I-14B, and they're using like an I-12A, and they collide, you get a free launcher. So in those situations, like if you're actively fishing for it, you want to make sure that you only do the single B, because if you don't, you get this. Hold on. Yeah, I think the Clash freeze frame is eating some of my inputs. Yeah, you get that. See? That's not what you want, because you could get so much more off of that when you could... See, when you can go into that, right? But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. I think this, like this priority system is way more important than people give it credit for. Basically, anytime you see that animation, it's a free launcher, no matter what character you are.